All right, CSA 2010 introduces a new safety measurement system. Again, it uses all the crash records and all the roadside inspections to determine carrier driver safety. It weights the time and severity of violations based on the relationship to crash risk. That's why I said that I want to reiterate. When you look at this program, look at it through the prism of how is this analyzed underneath the crash risk scenario, So is a slick tire more dangerous in operation than maybe a defective marker light? Which one has more severity or more weight to it? Kind of see how things are going in an order in that line. All right. It calculates the safety performance on the 7 bases we just previously covered. And here's a quick scenario of what it would look like when you compare safe stat of today with the CSA 2010 SMS of what's coming up in the future here. We currently have 4 categories underneath the old safe stat program. We have what's called safety evaluation areas, or SEAs. You have driver accident, vehicle maintenance, and safety management. The new one will be organized by the 7 basics we just covered. This one identifies the carrier, identifies the carrier for compliance review. This one identifies safety problems and determines who to investigate and where to focus that problem at, because we need to make sure we address the problem at the issue. This one for roadside inspection only use the out of service. So again, using the example that I gave you previously, when you look at the inspection, if there was only the one out of service, that would be the only thing that would have counted. Under the new system, all violations would count. That's where you can take that into account. No impact on the safety rating under the old system. All right, this one, again, used to propose adverse safety fitness determination based on the carrier's current on-road safety performance. So this is something that, again, how are they going to tabulate your safety fitness? Violations will not weight based on relationship to crash risk. These are directly based on relationship to crash risk. All right, that one assessed the carriers only. Under the new system, carriers and drivers. So it is important for both you and your drivers to understand this. What does it mean to the drivers? All right, the driver safety measurement system quantifies the CMV driver performance in terms of the basics using the available roadside performance data. During the op test or op model test, safety investigators were to examine drivers who have been cited for severe driving violations in conjunction with carrier interventions. This may result in the driver notice of violation or notice of claim based upon driver violation history across current and previous employer. You say, wait a minute, okay, how exactly do they determine current and previous employers? Well, think about it. Under the program now, Safe Stat program, your information is kept for a period of 30 months, 2.5 years. So the information is already in the database. Driver's numbers, driver's license numbers, driver's names, date of birth, all this is being inputted information. When the officer performs a roadside inspection, one of the things he needs to do is either swipe that driver's license or type that information in. So it's all on the system already. So if the carrier or the driver ends up driving and leaving to go for a job for someone else, it's going to track that number, it's going to track his name to another location. So this is where you're going to have a little bit more information, and we'll explain how you're going to get to the driver resources in a second. All right. Beyond the out model test, what we're looking for is to identify the worst of the worst drivers. That's what the goal is, to remove the worst from the worst drivers from the road. You want to be able to keep the better drivers out there. And it's in your benefit, because obviously if you have good drivers, you're going to have lower insurance costs. You're going to have better, when it comes, just like what Ralph was talking about, when it comes to fuel economy, you're going to have better fuel economy, you'll have more efficiency, there'll be more money in your pocket, and that's the goal here, is to keep the money, keep your expenses to a minimum. Again, this is a kind of a rehash of what you said, but we want to make sure that you understand how much different it is. It's not just the determination of the past of saying you're good, you're bad, this is your safety rating. This gives you more tools, more interventions, and it allows you, the carriers, to have a better look at what's going on in your drivers. It also allows the feds to get a better look at what's going on with you and your drivers, and how this can fluctuate month to month as these ratings come in and vehicles are inspected. All right, while the compliance review determines the carrier safety rating, CSA 2010 intervention will ultimately combine violations with on-road safety with a safety fitness rating. So again, a change in the wording. How is this going to be? Difference between carrier safety and safety fitness. All right. The focus on the compliance review was compliance with the CSA 2010 interventions. Our focus on compliance and improving behaviors that are linked to the crashes. And then the compliance reviews are again time-consuming, These obviously reach a heck of a lot more people.